Today we'll be doing MMT for hallux and toe MP flexion. First you have the patient short sit and have them bring your feet up to yours, and to test the hallux and the lateral toe, it's the same test. You can just test it separately. First you have place your hand at the dorsum of their foot, and you can take your index finger and place it at the proximal phalanx under, and have them curl their toe under your finger. Can you curl your toe, please? Your big toe, your great toe. Good job, and back up. That's a grade 3. The test for a grade 4 and a 5, which is mod resistance and max resistance, you have them curl their toe over your index finger again, curl your great toe, and hold it there. Don't let me push you up. And then you just try to apply pressure and have them resist you from pushing your finger upwards. Don't let me push you up, okay? So 4 is mod resistance and 5 is max resistance. The test for a grade 2 is just partial range of motion and partially flex your toe. And then for a grade 1, you cannot palpate for a contraction. However, you can look for a contraction, any contraction at the metatarsal. The test for the lateral toes, it's the same thing. You place your index finger under their fillings and have them curl their toe over your index finger. Can you curl your toe? Good job, and back up. That's a grade 3. To test for a grade 4 and a 5, curl your toes. Awesome. Don't let me push you up. And 4 is moderate resistance. A 5 is max resistance. And to test for a grade 2 and a 1, you're just looking for that. 2 is partial range of motion, and 1 is just looking for that contraction. Today we'll be testing for hallux and toe MP and IP extension. First, you have to have the patient's short sit, and you sit on a chair or a stool a little bit lower than them. And this testing portion is you test for the great toe, the hallux, and the lateral toes, and you can test them separately. First, you have to place your hand at the dorsum of their foot and your thumb on their proximal phalange, and ask them to try to raise their toe upwards. Can you raise your toe upwards for me? That's extending it. That is a grade 3. And to test for a grade 4 and a 5, have them try to raise their toe again. Can you raise your little toes? Just the little toes. And apply pressure and have them resist you. Try to push them into flexion. Don't let me push you, okay? Now, 4 is mod resistance and 5 is max resistance. And to test for the hallux, you have to place one hand under the heel and the other on their great toe, and have them try to extend their toe. Can you lift your toe up for me? Good job. That is a 3, and lift it up again, and don't let me push you down, okay? Try to add resistance. Mod resistance is a grade 4, max is a grade 5. And to check for a grade 2, which is partial range of motion, just try to have them raise their toe upwards. Can you raise your toe? Good job. The test for a grade 1, you're basically palpating, or look, you can observe the contraction at the extensor digitorum brevis and longus. Today we'll be testing MMT fibularis test for foot eversion and plantar flexion. First, you have to have the patient short sit and with your foot hanging off. Then to test for a grade 3, you have them point your toe down to the ground, which is plantar flexing, and turn your foot outwards, which is eversion. With them doing that, that is a grade 3. And back normal, and then point your toes down again and turn it outwards. I'm going to apply resistance to your foot. Don't let me push you inwards, okay? So by applying the resistance, trying to push them into inversion, that grade 4 is a mod resistance, grade 5 is a max resistance. Don't let me push you in. That's a 4, and that's a 5. The test for a grade 2 is partial range of motion. Can you try to put your foot outwards and pointing it down? partial range of motion, it's grade 2. For a grade 1, you're palpating the fibularis longus tendon, which is posterior to the lateral malleolus. Today we'll be testing MMT for ankle plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. For the testing for a grade 3, you just have the patient stand and try to stand on their toes one time. Can you stand on your toes one time? Thank you. That's testing for a grade 3. To test for a grade 4 to 5, lift this one leg, stand on one leg, and have them try to stand on their toes for 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And to test for a grade 5, you have them try to stand on their toes for 5 or more time, which is maximal resistance. So can you do it for 5 times for me? While lifting this foot up. Good job. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now to test for a grade 2, you have to do gravity eliminated. So you have them lay on a bed with their feet hanging off. Awesome. Now to test for a grade 2, you have them try to push their toes outwards towards you. Awesome. That's a grade 2. For a grade 1, you palpate their